Happy holidays.
The last 2 weeks for December were hectic for me
You snobby.
because all I could think about is how can I grow?
This is such grandma court, like, this is how I would definitely look as a grandma. But anyways, this is what we got for Christmas, and I am very, very grateful. Okay, we do not feel good today, but I just finished editing and now I need some tea.
I think everyone has that thought towards the end of the year. January is always this blank statement of new year, new me.
It is December 27th, and am I not in focus? Hold on. There we go. Today is December 27th, and I've been so out of whack this past week because it's been the holidays. It's been a lot of things going on, so we need a reset like pronto.
But I think that statement pushes the thought that we have to be someone else in order to grow. But I think there is no such thing as a new us, just an involved us.
th of December. You want to know what I'm doing on New Year's Eve? Literally working on all of my reading list. I spent some time planning next week's episode. So some way, somehow, we just need to be on top of things this year, even though I'm still kind of behind, but, you know, my eyes are literally hurting me. Since I don't have any grapes, I decided I'm just gonna light 2 special candles. One says manifestation, the other one says success. I was gonna light prosperity, but then I was like, maybe I'll wait till March equinox for that one. I just like fresh starts. Like, there's just something about them. We're like less than a minute till midnight. It's time! Happy New Year. Y'all hear the fireworks? Good morning. It is 4:30. Well, now it's 4:40 on Monday, January 1st. I know I should still be sleeping technically. It's still the holiday. Technically, most people don't start till 2nd. But we got a lot of plans to work through. And this year is no excuses. No excuses. I am going to exercise today.
The development of self-discipline is the high road that makes everything possible for you. This book will serve as your step-by-step guide to becoming a remarkable person who is capable of making remarkable achievements.
Hi, Callie. This is my emotional support cat. She supports me from a distance. Good morning.
with new discoveries, access to new thoughts, new feelings.
Good morning, everyone. It is January 4th. It is actually my friend's birthday, so I wish her a happy birthday. We are making our protein coffee. We are getting ready to record our podcast episode for the week. It's been a very thrown off week, but I'm not letting it get to me. I'm still gonna put in all the effort I can to complete the things I want to be done, need to be done, and everything like that. One way or another, things will get done this week. One way or another, it's gonna be all good, okay?
New materials, not necessarily new ideas, but unique ones.
We just finished our self-discipline podcast episode. That was more emotional than I intended it to be, and I actually started crying partway through telling the story. I also want to read a lot today because this is my physical TBR.
A lot of times in my past, this need of growth and change stemmed from a fear of stagnancy, and this fear that I will fall behind, be left behind.
We got the taco meat marinated, seasoned. It looks gross. Let's get cooking. Okay, and I'll still take it as yes.
I feared that as a 20-something-year-old, I will fall behind for not getting the job, even if it felt like I would be sacrificing my authenticity and freedom for money, going against my belief that money can be made without that type of trade-off.
It's only 3:01. So, and I'm not hungry yet. So we're gonna read until 4. How would you rate the tacos?
I feared looking pathetic for not living away from my parent, even though truthfully, I'm not ready to leave someone so important to me, because I cherish making more memories while she's still around.
January 8th, Monday at, what time is it? 5:11 a.m. and we're getting ready to work out. I look insane. But the clay mask, I swear this is so good. This is just good for skin. I don't know why this looks so funny.
I think when no one talks about is when you are the youngest child, it feels like you don't have enough time with your parents, at least compared to your siblings. You kind of fear not knowing how many milestones they'll be around for. It sounds a bit morbid, but that was something constantly on my mind, even as a kid.
January 9th, Tuesday. So I just did a Walmart delivery because we need food. Can I just show you how it was delivered? I think it's just kind of funny. This is how the delivery was made. I don't know what else to say.
It made me fear not being grown up fast enough. It made me scared not to have a relationship so I can marry young and have my dream family fast enough. Made me want to focus on getting a job fast enough regardless of what my true interests are. and how I loathe our system of work culture.
Hey everyone, it is January 10th. I just feel so much like myself, more than I've ever felt in a long time.
And how just petrified I am of exploring the depths of my thoughts, because how dark everything looks on the surface. But growth taught me how deceiving it is to look at things in black and white. Even growth is not this simple concept. And please stay with me for the rest of this. Growth doesn't always look like expansion.
Today is Thursday, January 11th.
The video has been uploading
Since Tuesday night. We're reading this today.
I know that sounds wrong when we use growth to describe something in the physical sense. It always looks like something getting bigger, a seed becoming a flower, or like a kid who hit puberty.
Good morning. This screams grandma court if you saw the entire thing. I put on a baggy t-shirt because I have the goal to just clean today. So all I'm wearing is this baggy t-shirt, these leggings, my slides obviously.
But this time I've been spending in solitude made me think about what people describe as growth in self-development.
We are done eating breakfast and now it's time to take care of this mess of chores.
Growing more muscles, doing more exercise, having more rest, having more money, having more time with the friends and loved ones, being more happy, etc. I know I'll probably experience growth in those ways eventually. But I think the way I'm growing is in stillness, where there is no expansion, but depth. I think many of us who had a longer journey to self-love need this stillness, because we never recognized our greatness that we always possessed. In my case, I am creative, a visionary, and I have a strong intuition. I can predict things and think about things in ways not a lot of people see. I have an aesthetic eye and can come up with concepts quite easily because I see something in it. But what holds me back is fear and doubt, and my growth looks like trust and exploring those fears and doubts.
Obviously, I'm in cozy mode. Leggings, the socks. I just wanted to sit down, talk for a second before I get into reading. I'm a terrible vlogger in the sense I forget to record all the time whenever I do something. And honestly, it feels like hard to vlog because I don't think I really do that much that isn't already out there. With that limiting thinking belief, we're throwing that idea out. I just finished recording the podcast that's gonna go up this week, and it's like kind of about like my personal ins and outs for leveling up. Real talk, this is the best I've felt in a long time. And it's like, it's so weird because I feel like I shouldn't feel the way I do, but then I start to realize like the only reason I feel like that is because of how much certain things are tied to personal value on a society level. So I've been feeling so myself and I've been feeling so good, and this is the happiest I've been with myself and my skin. So comfortable right now in the body I have. And it's not because I reached my desired appearance goals or anything already. I'm still doing what I want to in that area, but it's just the fact that I'm putting in effort to really try and do the things that I said I wanted to do. I just feel good because I'm trying, you know? So if you feel shitty about any aspect of your life, just know as long as you're trying, that hold on to that emotion.
I felt like if I acknowledged to them that it would make it real, that if I went there touching my fear, it would contaminate me and consume me in a way that would leave me as the deformed version of myself, practically a monster. But I touched it and I feel lighter than ever. I have fear, many of them, but I start to look at them as proof. I have a fear of not spending enough time with my mom and my brother. It is proof that I have people that I value. I fear doing a job I hate because I don't want to feel trapped under someone is proof that I have faith that I would make a good leader and a boss, and I'm willing to take the risk in order to build that lifestyle, no matter how foolish and unsafe it looks to people outside of me. I fear staying stagnant is proof that I know I am worthy for something different. I fear people perceiving me in a negative way because I know my true light, and when people don't see it, it makes me feel as if they're not seeing me. Besides proving my reality of my desires and values, fear teaches me what's in my control and what's not. I can control the effort I put in with my loved ones. I can control what I say yes and no to when it comes to job opportunities. I can control what actions I take so I'm growing even in ways that's not visible to the eyes. I can control how much value I put on other people's opinions of me. This way of thinking in itself is a sense of growth. It lives in my heart and my mind, and now in the ears of others. And now I wonder if the listener is seeing their growth differently as well. Do you feel your growth isn't limited to expansion, but in your stillness as well? That maybe the answer isn't necessarily change, but to go more in depth of who you actually are instead of what the world made you think.
I wouldn't say stressed about content creation, but I've been really burnt out in the sense of content creation. Meaning, when I was doing my blog last week, I was just so frustrated. I hated everything I was writing. It just didn't feel right. I don't know if it was the theme of the week, which was in reinventing yourself, so it was kind of hard to do multiple unconventional topics on that. But I liked the challenge too, and I liked coming up with things, but the hardest part about specifically was the blog. I think my favorite that I did last week was definitely the podcast episode. Don't get me wrong, I did like the lifestyle design episode, but that one was like so overwhelming, and because of how much of this perfectionist aspect of my ego is like still present, I still have to fight myself a lot on things to just do things imperfectly and not procrastinate on it. But then it's just hard. It's been hard changing that aspect of my ego. And I don't think I can necessarily change my ego, but kind of change how much control it has over me. But it's just, I know content creation is the main thing I talk about because it's like my goal, so that's what I'm focused on the most. But I know that if I really want progress, I need a balanced way of going about my goals. If I want progress on those areas specifically before the next year, quote unquote, I just need a more balanced approach. And by next week, we're going to be 4 weeks in. So this is what I decided to do. I wanted balance this week. I wanted more hobby time this week and maybe more business focus this week. But I'm pretty much honing in on my hobbies to make sure I don't get burned out. And trying to, like, I guess, feel inspired by engaging in something different than something I'm putting so much energy towards, because I feel like that's when I get critical, you know, that if I keep putting out things that nothing feels good enough and I'm criticizing myself, I'm literally just saying it doesn't feel good without like giving myself proper feedback about what actually feels wrong about it. I don't know, it's just sometimes you're your worst enemy, and sometimes you slow down your progress and self-sabotage. But I feel like once you have awareness and you know you have awareness about it, you can just stop it. I don't know what next month is gonna hold. I just know that I'm gonna make a motivation board before, somewhere in week 4, I'm making my motivation board. Somewhere in week 4, I'm going to mind map. And I think that's why I really wanted to do like my ins and outs, and I want to do that on a monthly basis to see what I'm changing, what I'm shifting. I know this can also be like a seasonal thing, but I just figured I want to pay attention to my year more in depth. So it's kind of like changing seasons. I just feel good lately. Like, I like my skin right now. I like my eyebrows right now. I feel healthy in my body, and I'm just in such a grateful mood that, one, it snowed yesterday. I haven't seen snow in so long, and even though I haven't been out because cold, and I don't like the cold, but I like seeing snow. I don't know. It just gives the right vibes for reading. Sometimes I just don't know what to do in a vlog, like what, because maybe it's because internally I'm such a private person. Private, but like everywhere. I know, that's like, I'm private in the sense, like that's why I chose lifestyle design. So I wouldn't necessarily always talk about I'm okay with talking about my own life, but showing it is like a different type of vibe, and I don't know. I'm just not an aesthetic person. But I eventually do want to show all the things, like working out and like going out, trying food. But it's just so hard for me because I feel like right now it's just systems, solitude, and really finding myself again after I abandoned my hobbies. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just feel different from last month. I felt terrible in the fall, and I just feel so much better right now, and I hope the feeling just keeps growing. But I have whoever watches this video to thank for that, so thank you. And yeah, talk to you.